The sky in Natland. Oh, what happened now?
Did you hear what happened with the sky in Natland?
I still have a lot to do with the guild. How about you take a rest while I go back?
Did you hear what happened
The sky
with
in
the sky
Natland.
in Natland?
Oh, what happened now?
Guess we can rest a bit.
Did you hear what happened
sky
with
in
the sky
Natland.
in Natland?
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero. No, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing Fairy Tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing. As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me, so the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle. But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the Sage Witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story. But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
I'd like to know more about that too.
Hello, welcome to the
But
stream.
seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot.
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway. Intricately crafted, it seemed to lead them towards another exciting chapter of the tale.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself, Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead.
Okay.
Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is Durin still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Sweet.
Do you think we could just destroy it? Be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own, doesn't it all come down to the fact that this heart never truly died? What if, here in this story, we could finally destroy it?
Thanks for coming.
Could Aunt Alice's magic really allow us to do what's theoretically meant to be impossible?
Either way, it's an intriguing idea. I'm not opposed to giving it a shot.
Durin!
It's just... I'm still afraid someday, even you guys will end up forgetting me. If there's even the slightest chance it'll prevent that, I'm willing to try anything. But I'm not sure if I can destroy it on my own. Chances are, I'm gonna need your help again. So please, everyone, help me destroy this heart, once and for all. Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. All I wanted was to make some friends. I'm starting to think I kinda miss being in Simulanka.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost. But that's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face, there will always be a solution.
Thank you for the sub.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, the clamor of the outside world fell away. There was no danger here, no problems for the little dragon to resolve. As soon as his mother finished her story, it was time for the child to drift off into the world of dreams. And so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep in his castle, just like he had never even hatched.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But, this can't be how it ends. Durin promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an ending like this.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching.
Hello,
for there
welcome to
are
the stream.
possibilities that only you can bring to life.
So, did Durin die?
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Oh, on Nintendo. Are you a mobile player too?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
So if we choose this path, maybe it's a bad ending. And our choice is only these two. Since we have 3 points left, let's choose this one.
The evil dragon's heart continued to beat, as if waiting for the little dragon to accept it as his own.
Finish this, I wish I got Durin. Waiting for the navy. You mean New Village? Who you pulling next? I'm pulling for Columbina.
Looks like we have no whatever happens next.
And
Durin
I'm
is
on
going to need all of
guarantee.
our help.
The little dragon and his companions
Wonder as a cat
Blank.
is my favorite, of course.
blank
Me too.
again.
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
I think this one was originally from the fan art, but this time it came into the lore, right?
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Yep, New Columbina is cool. I'll wait for her return. Yep, in the next Archon
Looks
class.
like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope.
I'm planning to
You
get
just
New
need to
Village
keep
C1
searching,
too.
for there are possibilities
But in the
that
next
only
phase, in the
you
next
can bring to
update,
life.
there are too many characters that I want. I don't have in Nefa, and I want C1 New Village. And I even have to pull for Columbina. Or maybe we just have to discover all the possible ending. Choose this one and this one. So the one left is
So please, everyone, help me destroy this heart.
ready when you are.
With the help of his friends, the little dragon
Sim, I got Nefer
destroyed
and her
the evil
weapon.
dragon's
Bro, I
heart,
lost to
using
Nefer
up
Vena last
every
time.
last
That's why
ounce of
I
his strength.
have a guarantee for Columbina. I got Nefer and her weapon, but I didn't get Llama. I got Llama. I hate how Nefer needs Hydro to work. Yeah, for her premium team. I lost Flynn, set pt to Chichi.
In his eyes, this would ensure that his story and his alone remained
I'm
in
planning
the
to pull
world
for
beyond the
flames too,
castle's
but
walls.
I don't know. I already have a Raiden
But the evil
as
dragon's
my
heart was
electromate,
like a great
so maybe I just
tree
have
with roots
to
digging
find
deep
another
beneath the
one
surface.
for
Cutting
my
off the
electro.
branches did
Maybe
not kill
chlorine
it.
or
No,
Verisa
it
or
just
flames.
made it impossible for the gnarled roots retreated back into the frozen earth, biding their time for a chance to bud again.
And
Cut
if
off from their
I'm not
source, the
mistaken,
rootless branches
Colmina
above
can
the
activate
surface slowly
more
withered
lunar
away.
reaction.
The little
Chlorine is
dragon
my
story
electromate.
faded into nothingness.
How's using chlorine?
And in the
Is it
world
good?
beyond the castle,
I mean, for
only
the
the
endgame
evil
content.
dragon's tale endured.
Who
Which
am
team are you
I?
using for chlorine, bro?
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight,
Wait,
leaving nothing
we have seen this
but
ending
the
before
evil dragon's
on the
shadow
part 4.
in his place.
Oh no! That means Durin! What do we do now?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
But didn't we already try all the options?
Yep.
Ugh. We'll just have to see if there's something we missed.
We cannot destroy the heart, and even if we try, it falls during to this. We just got 3 possible ending. What else?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
I used to team. My main team is currently Wonder, Benny, Layla, and Faruzan. Also, a Wonder mate. My current team isn't the best, but it works for me. It's also Ladi, Shielder, Mona, and Shilona. You mean my Raiden team? My Raiden team. I have many teams for Raiden. For Spare Abyss, I usually use Overload. Oh, this one.
There you are.
Oh! Hey! It's Mini Durin again! What are you doing holed up in here?
I was worried I'd scare everyone off.
Maybe
so
I can show you
I've been
my
hiding out here
Raiden
all
team
this
after
time.
this quest.
You must be really nervous, huh?
I guess I am a little nervous, but I'm also excited. I'm gonna get to stop the evil dragon and even become a human. It's all thanks to that clay man. He's the one who talked me into it.
Sure.
Once I'm a human, I'll
By the
be
way, I
able to
need to
make
sleep.
loads of friends and do
No worries.
tons of
Thanks for
important
coming, bro.
things.
You'll make lots of friends, that's for sure. And go on many unforgettable adventures.
I'm so glad to hear it. The only thing is, the clay man said becoming human isn't gonna be easy. So I'm feeling a little anxious too.
He's right about that. Even if you manage to become a human, there will always be tougher challenges on the road ahead.
Really?
But even so, your friends will be there to help you.
Oh? Then I'm not afraid.
Funny, isn't it? After talking to you, I'm not afraid anymore either. So, are you ready now?
Yep, I'm ready to become a human.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate.
Thank you for the sub.
If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward.
How far are you in Christ? Sorry, I
Thus
just
did
finished
the prophecy
that
hold true,
with that
even
fire
as
fountain.
fate had been
You mean
rewritten. And so was the
Our
little
Conquest or?
dragon born anew.
In Nordcry, I only play our Conquest as for now. Maybe I'm waiting for the Nordcry update to be maybe 70% finished. Then I will start the exploration and also the quest.
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh?
And I
So,
didn't
that wasn't the end?
even start the exploration yet in Nordcry.
What comes next might be the most
And
crucial
as
part of
for
all.
Nutland,
The real last step.
I think the only location left for the exploration is in that mountain.
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say, show us what you've got.
Wow! You're all so serious all of a sudden.
When he got framed with murder. Yep, it's part of our story. Ah, I remember that. That one from the 6.4, right?
Durin, are you alright?
Did you meet Rary yet?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it! What choice does he have?
Time is running out. So, will the little dragon dare to hold this power back? Only
Oh, you meet him. So, if I remember, there is another 2 before the current quest.
What's up with the narrator?
Yes, I did. I'm at the part where Nefer went into his room. We saw his past. I just met Varka. Ah, yes. What's this one? Technicians.
power back.
All back to darkness. Even enough point for
hold
this.
this power map. Or would it simply
Let the timer run out. Okay. But I think one of the best part from this conquest is I like the Riri love story with the toll in this.
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged like a tide. Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around it, including the little dragon's soul. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this me?
And so the story ended.
Oh no! That means what do we do?
The same ending.
Looks like you've
It
discovered
reminds me of the
another possible
Sumeru
ending.
conquest though.
Do not lose hope.
We are
You
in the
just
loop.
need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
We got another 30 minutes to do the boss for this week. I hope we can make
would
it.
he dare to hold this power map? Or would he simply
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further. The little dragon and his companions. Blank.
Hello,
Blank again.
welcome to the stream. I didn't like Sumeru so much. Wanderer was the only highlight. What was your favorite region?
Huh? What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Is either
Once the ink runs
Inazuma,
out, is that the end of the story?
Nightland, or Ponte?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope.
You just
You
Lumin, I
just
just
need to
it.
keep
I don't like
searching,
Lumin.
for there are
When you play as
possibilities
Ita,
that
she's
only
annoying.
you can bring to life.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes I kind of hope that we can change our MC,
What's going
like
on
in
here?
War.
Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power?
But if I'm not mistaken, Ita is the more accurate choice, right? But it was so good, it was my favorite. I just like the music there
It seems the act of suppressing
the
the,
music
power counts as an event in the
that you
story.
hear when
In other words, we
at
would
the
need ink
court,
to write it in.
or at the city of the Fonte.
So, what now?
Almost the same team with Fossilor's sacrifice team.
How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But
Well, this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis. Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story. And I suspect it has remained the case, even after his arrival in Tevat. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Tevat has been woven into the fabric of time. But Durin's story, on the other hand... As Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power. In other words, his story can't continue. Because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him, or stand in his way?
This is as far as the story
Okay,
can
but when you finish doing the story, it's almost over, but okay. Thanks for coming.
I suppose the final decision is up to me. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter ahead?
But we still don't even know how Alice's magic works. If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part, isn't that too risky?
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down together.
Break through the boundaries of the tale. Maybe we finish it.
It was as if the little dragon was staring at an uncrossable edge of existence itself. And all of a sudden it began to fracture, as if struck by something.
Gotta keep going. My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin. Run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet.
We are back in
Silence,
Sri Lanka.
huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate, and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate, but allow the story to live on.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem, or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of all.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. But, Alice, I still have one final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in this world. I'm well aware of that. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So, what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. But the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet.
Especially now that things are finally returning to normal after that terrible calamity.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, there needs to be more material for the magic to draw upon. I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why must he face his fate in Teyvat? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever after.
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily ever after. That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens to the main character after? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that their greatest regret. But I see things differently. My greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end in the first place.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself becomes an inescapable fate. But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean?
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass is wishful thinking at best. But I've found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story the way he wants to. For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself while leaving behind his own wishes and aspirations, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Teyvat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point, he might lose it altogether.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Teyvat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself.
Hello, we're back. Sorry for the error. I have to reboot my device. So let's continue our quest.